many fun memories from the LA County Fair. We have been going there every year, and thanks to Sky, this year he brought the animals to us. Earlier we met the goat. What was his name? Does he have a name yet?
Cornelius.
Cornelius. And do you get to name each of
the nursery workers kind of watch him, and they kind of named themselves, and they said he looked like and acted like a Cornelius. Now I don't know why.
Well, how does a Cornelius act?
No, but that's what my nursery feeder said.
And that's what's interesting about the LA County Fair, because every year, almost every day, every other day, or few days, if you're lucky, you get to witness a live birthing of animals.
Yes, either the cows, the goats, or the sheep, or the baby chicks.
How magical is that, right?
Not many people get to see that, and it's a great lesson for your children as to the miracle of birth. The little baby calf that was born last Saturday, we had over 850 people stood there for about 2 hours, watched it from the time she started until it stood up and nursed, and we do a voiceover answering questions from the little kids or the adults. You'd be surprised how many adults really don't have an idea about the miracle of birth.
What are some of the questions? I have a 3-year-old niece, and she asks the most ridiculous questions.
Yes.
What are some of the questions? Do you remember?
Yes. The one that presents me with the most problem is, how did she get in Mama's tummy?
Oh, okay. So how do you get out of that?
I say, is your mom or dad here? And they point to them, and I say, ask them on the way home. That's how we solve that one.
Passing it off, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
You know so much about animals. You yourself, learning about animals, is it about reading? Is it about studying? Or is it mainly interacting with them?
Well, for me, I was born into it with my folks, and it has always been a big interest. So I studied in school, and I do a lot of reading. It interests me. And now with the internet, it's so good because you can come to the fair, see an animal that you particularly are drawn to, learn a little bit about it at the fair, then go home and learn everything about it by Googling it up. So that's kind of what we work at, is being a catalyst to the little children and the adults. We call them short children and tall children.
Right, exactly.
That if you see something that interests you, then you can go home and find out all you want to know about it.
So just inspiring them to interact more with the animals.
Yes.
And you can do that at the LA County Fair, because what are some of the hands-on interactions that they can do?
We have a goat milking show that the kids get to come up and help milk the goat afterwards.
I have never milked.
We can arrange that. We can arrange that.
Okay.
Judd does a wonderful sheep and wool show where they get to handle the different fiber, and he teaches you between the coarse wool, medium wool, the fine wool that they weave into the most expensive of the clothing. We have the pig races that they can watch and cheer for their favorite pig.
I've seen that, yes.
We have tractor races that the kids from the audience come in and get to race on tractors. We have a 100-year-old rope making machine that they get to turn and make string into rope, and they get to keep the rope.
So many interesting things to do at the LA County Fair. That's why I'm going to try my best to go out there this year. I've been going every year, plus the food, plus all the fried stuff. Now let's talk about this little, what is this?
This is a black-bellied barbadoe.
Okay, what is that?
And that is a sheep that has hair instead of wool.
Okay.
They originated in the Barbados Islands and were brought to the United States many years ago. And this one is a female. She will never have horns. She will be without horns, but the males, the boys, will grow enormous corkscrew spiraled horns. And when they show off for the girls in the fall, they back up just like mountain sheep and ram each other.
Oh, wow. Pretty gallant.
Yeah, and then
violent.
Then they look over to see if the girls were watching.
Looking, right, exactly. Oh, that's funny. So this one is just going to be a star at the LA County Fair. And you get to meet her. What is her name?
Millie.
Millie, and I get to feed her. Here you go.
There we go.
Okay. She's more antsy than the other one, than the goat. Are sheep typically more?
No, it's just whichever personality you happen to get. There are some
like
that
people.
like a whole family of brothers and sisters, and one's laid back, quiet, one's a real show-off, one's very boisterous. All those personalities you see in the animals too.
There you have it. Very interesting. And those are just 2 animals. Remember how many animals at the LA County Fair?
We have about 400 fowl and animals there in the farm.
400?
Yes, ma'am. 400
animals at the LA County Fair. What are you waiting for? Make your way now, and I'm sure keep it here on LA 18, because we are also giving away tickets here in the different programs of LA 18. Meanwhile, thank you, Sky.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Janelle, so your Kababayan in Los Angeles. Happy Friday, and have a great weekend.